Hey guys, I'm coming to you this evening, kind of excited. I'm announcing a training event for June. A lot of you guys have been asking when we were going to do our next one. In the first calendar year of doing training, we trained 68 people in 4 separate training events, about one every 3 months, which was our goal when we set out, and it went really, really well. We learned a lot about, logistics, getting people in and out of town. Like I said, we did one remote down in Alabama, which we did back in February. And they went awesome. There's so many of those guys that are out there just killing it in their markets, building anything from vinyl liners all the way up to, crazy Vegas style glass walled awesomeness. So, like I said, guys, really kind of found a random little thing I'm passionate about, teaching you guys how to do this and get into the business or DIY. And so I'm gonna roll some of the highlights of those trainings while I talk about this training. But the dates are going to be basically June 8th through the 11th. The 11th is a Sunday. That's always a day we flex for weather because a lot of your flights will be going out that day. But basically, we'll cover all the ground 8th, 9th, and 10th. We'll do everything in the curriculum on those days. I'm not nearly as worried about the weather this time as I have been in the past because of the way we're going to format everything. I should be able to kind of control our weather risk quite a bit more. So let me get into what is going to be a little different about this training than the past trainings. All of the other trainings have been on a job site of some sort. Whether that be one of our jobs specifically or something we set up for training, but out on a site. This one will be primarily at my shop, which gives me a lot more control. That's why if weather comes in, we'll throw a big tent over the build because it is a build that is bespoke specifically for training. It's actually not going to be a pool that is completed. We're going to build it together. We're going to pour it together. Typically, the people attending training sit back and watch the monopore. They watch my Amish guys and me work on the monopore, and then they're standing back. You can do that, or you can get involved. We're going to let you get in there, get dirty, because like I said, this is as hands-on as you want it to be. In the past, we've done some hands-on stuff. Like I said, when we did the vinyl liner training, everybody got in there and got busy on the liner because they wanted to. But I think that's going to be excellent content, letting you guys actually touch it, feel it, build it yourself. It's going to be a small monopore pool, not real large, so we can handle it. And while we're pouring that, I think we're also going to just that's going to be a hardwall, so it's a one-sided form. I think they're a little more technically difficult, so it's a good one to learn with. And on the monopore pools, it gives you a lot more flexibility of finishes. We're also going to go ahead and set up a Fox Blocks wall that I will just guarantee you we're going to have problems with. And what I mean by that is something I had talked to some of my last attendees to the training, that a lot of people would love to see me kind of mess up to see what I do about it. Obviously at training, I'm trying not to mess up. So I think we're going to rig a wall to make sure it's got a blowout of some sort. So you can see how to handle that in that scary moment of, oh crap, what do I do? We're going to have that as part of our content. We're going to make a wall fail and deal with it, right then and there. So that's actually going to be pretty cool too. In addition to that bit of, the bulk of the content, which is, the monopore hands-on build, we are going to install a vinyl liner in a similar size pool that we already have built at the shop for a previous training, and we've kept it as a sample for people. Basically because whether you're trying to get into pools as a business or just DIYing, vinyl liners, as you know, the barrier to entry is very low. They're very easy. They're very hard to really mess up, and there's a very good profit margin in them. So I like to show them, touch on them. Monopores are harder. They're a lot more versatile. You can do more with them. But the vinyl liner is a big part, and and last year we kept those trainings separate. We either did vinyl liner or we did mono. This one, you're gonna get to feel what it's like to install a vinyl liner. It won't be the bulk of training, but you will know how to do a vinyl liner when you're done. And that's nice because if you're getting started in the business, it's a great way to go. Knock out a couple of vinyl liners and make some good money. And then step up to the, monopores and the gunite style shells. And yeah, so we're gonna hit it all, guys. That's one thing I'm really excited about this training, is that it's a little more compact in the way we're not gonna be popping around to as many sites. We will still be doing site visits. We've got a lot of cool projects in the Springfield area that we've completed that we're proud of. And I can take you to several of those. That'll be in the curriculum. There will be a time set aside for doing that. And that way I can show you different levels of equipment. This pool's got this crazy stuff going on, so this is how we addressed it. So you're gonna get to see a lot of build diversity, from very simple but high quality to, crazy off the charts builds that we've done in the past couple of years. It's gonna be a very full 3 days. And if, like I said, the 4th day I'm around, but like trainees will be, peeling out all day. Just it's the way the travel works out of Springfield on Sunday. But I'll be around to answer any of your questions that day as well. So it's really 4 days, but we'll cover all the ground you need to cover in 3. So if you're flying out early Sunday to get home to the family and everything, you won't be missing anything. We'll be also in day 2 of training, we're going to be covering concrete, mixed design, chemistry, liability testing. Like, we're gonna have one of our commercial guys come in and get really into things that as a residential builder or a DIYer, you're not really gonna think about as much, but you should when it comes to pools. Testing and stuff really just covers your butt, and I think it's important. So he's gonna have a little section in the training where he really gets into the importance of that. I'll have Roast actually show you guys how testing is conducted, how they test about once a day. Every so many yards, they actually run tests on their own concrete. So we will be learning all about concrete, all about monopore pools, all about vinyl liner pools, and just ICF walls in general. And it's going to be very hands-on, guys. Like I said, if you want to sit back and just take pictures and shoot videos and talk about it, that's completely fine. If you want to get knee deep in the concrete, you are welcome to do that as well. That's actually what's going to be pretty exciting about this one, is that it's going to be a little bit more hands-on. And I think doing them at the shop, we're going to be able to kind of fulfill more people's needs with regards of scheduling. We're going to be able to maybe have one every 2 to 2.5 months instead of 3 months, maybe squeeze an extra training or 2 into the schedule this year. We've had people on the waiting list for, almost a year, and their schedule just hasn't worked. We've only had 4 dates in a year. So if those 4 dates didn't work, they haven't been able to come. And some of them have already RSVP'd to this one, that they're going to be able to make this one. But I think the more dates we have, the more people we can satisfy. So we're going to do that. Signing up is easy, guys. You just go to icfguru.com. You go to the little info sheet. You fill that out. It's Jess, my assistant, is going to send you an email right back with the full itinerary, all the information for training in detail. She will also hit you with exactly how to sign up and the travel instructions, where, all the close hotels. We've got a couple Airbnbs that may be available at those times that might be more convenient than a hotel, depending on your travel arrangements. So, like I said, just icfguru.com, fill out the training link, or you can just email me direct at support@icfguru.com, and Jess will see that just as quick. And either way, we'll get right back to you. We do cap it at 20 people, and we'll fill up over half of it off the waiting list. So there's a few spots there. So hit us up. And like I said, we'll try to have another one later in the summer. But if you can make this one, you'll have time to get a pool or 2 built this summer after you attend. So like I said, guys, I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this one. The last couple I've been very stressed because the schedule was so tight to get ready. This one I'm basically ready a month out or more. So I feel pretty good about this training. Very, very excited to see all of you guys, and I will talk to you guys next week.